Hey, what's up, you guys? So, where am I? I didn't want to make this video at all, but I feel like I have to because if I just post a status saying, you know, what happened, I feel like I'll get 100 questions. So I feel like I would just put it in a video form and try to answer all the questions I think people would ask and try to cover my bases. So I'm back in Panama City. Woo, yeah. Amanda, I thought you were at Disney. I was. Amanda, why'd you leave? Well, here it goes. So, as all of you guys know, I was at Tomorrowland Speedway. And if you're not familiar with that ride, it's basically not kind of go-karts, but not because you're set on a track. But you get in a car and you drive, and it's powered by gasoline, and the engines are modified lawnmower engines. And it's about a 4.5 minute ride, and yeah, that's Speedway. You know, you wait in line, you get in a car, you drive, you get off. And I didn't really like it from the start, but I thought I was like, okay. Anyway, I thought I would love it, or at least get used to it, or bear it. You know, grin and bear it. I'm outside, it's hot, everyone's hot, it's fine. Well, a couple weeks into my job, I started getting sick at work. Even though I was keeping hydrated, I was eating. I'm pretty decent health. And I'm used to the heat. I'm used to the Florida humidity. I was getting sick at work, and I really think it was because of the car fumes. And I notified my leaders and my coordinators and telling them, you know, I'm getting sick at work. So every time I would get sick at work, they would, you know, pull my break, and they let me sit down and hydrate and just kind of relax. And I assume it would get better, but it really never got better. I would pass out a few times, different shifts. I would continuously being nauseous or getting sick at work. And it concerned me because I'm like, I really want to love my job, and I want to be committed to this. And I want to do good, but it's really hard for me to be a great cast member if I'm constantly getting sick at work or I'm constantly nauseous. And it was really difficult for me. Anyway, I thought that if I went to the doctor and got a doctor's note saying that car fumes make me sick, that they would possibly give me a role change or a location change. Because I've heard of I talked to my coworkers about it, and they said that medical reasons were pretty legit for role changing. Like, if you had a medical reason, they would move you. And I assumed, since my job was making me sick, I mean, I have no other disabilities or no other health problems, except the fact that gasoline fumes make me nauseous after exposed for a long period of time. So I went to the doctor. I went to a walk-in clinic because obviously I just moved to Orlando, so I don't have a family doctor in Orlando, and I'm not going to drive 6.5 hours just to talk to my doctor here in Panama City. So I went to the walk-in clinic. I paid for my visit, explained to the doctor everything that was going on. I was really specific, and she wrote me a doctor's note, and yeah, saying that I should not be exposed to gasoline fumes for a long period of time. And then I went to health services at Disney, and I showed them my doctor's note, and they said, okay, cool, but you have to fill out a bunch of these forms. Basically, I probably should have gone to health services first, because it kind of set me on a rabbit trail of what to do next. So I got these forms, I filled them out, specifically saying why I needed a role change, medically what was wrong with me, and then I had to get it signed by the doctor who checked me out at the walk-in clinic. So I had to go back to the walk-in clinic, talk to the same doctor, and get her to fill out all my paperwork and basically say, like, this is legitimate. I'm not faking it. I really do get sick at work. Even though the doctor never sees me at work. you know, and she gave me a prescription for nausea medication. So I get all my paperwork filled out, and I go back to health services, and I turn it in. And time frame. See, today is Thursday. This happened actually a week ago, yeah, because I had Thursday and Friday off last week, and I did this within that Thursday and Friday. They said someone would get a hold of you within 24 hours of turning in paperwork. So the next day, I get an email saying that health services and like the medical side of Disney has denied my medical paperwork because I went to a walk-in clinic and because I saw a doctor that I'd never seen before. So they denied my paperwork. But they said, hey, go talk to your leaders and your coordinators and see what they can do for you. I was kind of bummed because obviously I can't go to my family doctor that's 6.5 hours away. They wouldn't take the word of a walk-in clinic. So that was a bummer. So you can't directly call your leaders because they have like a chain of command. You know, you have like your head people that run your location. And then, actually, I don't really know how it works. But I know we have leaders and coordinators and then us. So you request a callback from a leader. So I requested a callback, and they called me back within about 20 minutes, and I explained the situation saying health services denied my note, but they said to get in contact with leaders and to see if they could help me out. And they put me on hold, and they went and talked to like the head person to see like what they could do. And he came back on the line basically saying, because health services denied your paperwork, we don't have to move you, so we're not going to move you. Even though, and I said it in the bluntest words I possibly could. I didn't choose Speedway. They put me in Speedway. I didn't know these fumes made me sick. They made me sick. Even though I'm getting sick at work and I'm passing out and I'm not being able to work at my full capacity, that they still won't move me. And they said no because of how, because CPs, there's like an exact number of CPs, and they, for some head count, like count reason, they couldn't move me. And it really bummed me out. Just because I heard so many stories of CPs getting moved because of medical reasons. And so the next few days I went back to work, and it was miserable. Speedway is not, I mean, it is an easy job, but the elements make the job very difficult. My 6-hour closing shifts were not bad because I would go at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and then the sun would go down quickly. The fumes would still make me nauseous, but when the sun goes down, it's not as bad, and there's a breeze at least. But my 10 to 12 hour shifts, where I would start at 8 in the morning and go until 8 at night. My body, I can't handle it. I would just get sick every few hours at work. And, I decided a couple nights ago, that I can't do it anymore. Unfortunately. It was a bummer. Not a lot of people, but a couple of my roommates said that I should have gone further up the chain and basically complained my way until they moved me. But I'm a pretty abrasive person, and I like to get my way with things, but when authority or some kind of job or company, I don't know, like when they tell me no, I'm like, okay, then that's no. No means no. I don't know, I didn't want to go up and complain and like, you know, like I didn't want to be a burden on the company. It's kind of how I felt. So after a really long shift, I decided that I was going to term my program. That's why I'm wearing my my Monsters University hat, because it makes me happy and makes me think of all my fun times that I really did have at Disney. Even a month and a half being there, my roommates were perfect. My roommates are so awesome, and I love going to Disney. You saw all my pictures and videos. I love them. The Magic Kingdom is a very, very special place in my heart, and will always always have a special place in my heart, even though my program didn't go the way I wanted or dreamed it would be. I don't know. I guess I've been trying to tell myself I got a bad hand. I don't know. I kind of feel disappointed, but even though I technically quit, I self-termed. It doesn't look bad. I mean, I'm a restricted hire for 6 months, but after that 6 months, I can go back as part-time or full-time, and I can apply for another college program. Like, it's like Disney doesn't hate me because I quit, and I don't hate Disney because they wouldn't move me. On a corporation higher level, I try to put myself in that situation, and if we physically couldn't move someone because of head count, I mean, I guess I would understand them, trying to understand that they didn't have room for me somewhere. And that it's a bummer. And I'm bummed out because my other roommates, they have cool jobs, and I'm really excited for them, and I love you guys. But yeah, it didn't work out for me, and I didn't want to be miserable for the next 7 months. Unfortunately, I had a couple things planned with some friends of mine, and coming to visit me, and getting people discounts on hotels, that I had to tell them I can't do it anymore. That's a bummer. I hate letting other people down. I'm okay being let down, but I don't want to let down other people. I know everyone was so excited for me, and and I'm just I don't want them to think that I'm a quitter, or them to think that I gave up easily, because I really wanted to be there. But getting sick at work during a 12-hour shift, my body was just telling me that you can't do it anymore. It's actually why I'm wearing this hat, because if you notice, after my 12-hour shift, one of them, I got really, really bad sunburn, and my whole forehead is peeling and very red and gross right now. So I've been hiding it with this wonderful hat that I bought at the Emporium. Yeah, so what's next? What is next for Amanda? Let's see. So I'm going to get a job here in Panama City. I'll honestly apply back to the movie theater, apply to all the Chick-fil-A's. I know 3 of the Chick-fil-A's are owned by the same person, or at least 2 of the Chick-fil-A's. They're owned by Don Adams, and I will apply to those, and then I'll probably apply to the one on the beach. And then if those don't work out, then I guess I'll start looking somewhere else. But I'm going to go first to the jobs that I know I don't need a lot of training, because I've worked at them, and I know I can do. It's easy. And free movies again. Woo! Hopefully, please hire me. Yeah, and then school will start back up in August. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. I have to figure out where I'm going to do my settings, and try to find some contacts here in Panama City. There are not a lot of interpreters. I think there is 1 certified interpreter in all of Bay County. I might be having to drive to Pensacola a lot, because one of my teachers actually works in Pensacola. So she will probably be a great contact. But yes, and then in the spring, I still would love to do the internship in Orlando with the interpreting agency. But I haven't thought that far ahead. I don't really know exactly if I'm going to go back to Orlando. I would love to go back to Orlando. I see myself there. I love, 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 love the city of Orlando. I really, really enjoyed living there for the short time that I did. Anyway, yeah, so that's my video. I'm bummed. Mostly because I love getting to Disney for free. But 80% of the DCP is your work location. Especially because we're in peak season now with summer. And then when the holidays hit, I'll be working, 50, 60 hours. And just thinking about that, doing that is a lot. Obviously, it will get cooler with time, but in Florida, in South Florida, it's not going to get cooler until November, December. most of my program would be in the hot sun. And I don't think my face can handle it. I don't think my body can handle it. I learned what my body can and cannot handle, which is neat. Can't handle 12-hour days in the sun. Great. So, yeah. Even though I'm upset about having to come home, I'm really happy to be home because I love Panama City and I love my family and I love my friends, and it feels nice being home. Home is awesome. I kind of lose a little bit of my independence, but you know, that's fine. I'll save up some money and get my own place somewhere, and hopefully just kind of keep my head down and try to graduate college. That's the goal. And mentally planning my next trip to Disney. Whoops. You're like, aren't you sick of Disney? No. Are you mad at Disney? No. I love Disney World. I do. Even though I'm super bummed out about what happened with my job there at Disney, I still love it, and I would go back in a heartbeat. Maybe not go back in a heartbeat to work for Disney, but go and stay and be a guest and spend all my money at Disney. I have no shame. I want to stay at the Grand Floridian very, very badly. That's actually one reason why I'm bummed, because when you work there, you get a 50% discount on all the resorts, and it's my dream to stay at the Grand Floridian. So, can you stop being a mess for 2 seconds, please? Alright, well, I think that's my video. So, don't be sad for me. It's okay. Don't be sad. Don't be upset. That's just life, you know? Life happens. I'm back in Panama City. Let's hang out if you want to hang out. I'm going to be using the Disney Point a lot. So if you don't like me using the Disney Point, don't hang out with me. But if you want to hang out, let's hang out. Alright. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.